the world champion, once again, MJ.
Keeping them on the edge of their seats. However, sometimes those moments transcend the spectacle, leaving fans in shock, confusion, and disbelief. That's exactly what happened when Triple H made the unprecedented decision to suspend Gunther from SmackDown. This shocking move came in the aftermath of one of the most brutal assaults the WWE Universe has witnessed in recent memory, leaving fans reeling and questioning what's next for Gunther, Jimmy Uso, and the entire WWE roster. Gunther's brutal assault on Jimmy Uso. The rivalry between Gunther and the Usos has been brewing for weeks, fueled by escalating tension, mind games, and confrontations. Gunther, known for his dominating presence and ruthless fighting style, had been eyeing the Usos for some time. The Usos, particularly Jimmy and Jay, have long been recognized for their unparalleled chemistry as a tag team, a bond rooted in family loyalty and shared history. But Gunther, determined to carve his name into the annals of WWE history, saw the Usos as an obstacle standing in the way of his dominance. It all came to a head on SmackDown when Gunther blindsided Jimmy Uso with a vicious clothesline during what appeared to be an innocent segment. In a heartbeat, Gunther launched into a savage assault, pummeling Jimmy with bone-crushing strikes that left the WWE Universe stunned. The brutality of the attack was matched only by the psychological torment inflicted on Jimmy's brother, Jey Uso. Watching his sibling endure such punishment and being unable to intervene as Gunther taunted him with every strike amplified the emotional impact of the situation. The attack reached a terrifying crescendo when Gunther lifted Jimmy into the air, delivering a thunderous powerbomb that left him motionless in the middle of the ring. The once energetic arena fell into a stunned silence. The crowd, usually electrified by the chaos of WWE matches, was now filled with concern, fear, and anger. Medical personnel rushed to the ring to assess Jimmy's condition as Jay, furious and devastated, demanded justice. The atmosphere was electric with emotion. This was more than just another wrestling match gone wrong. It was deeply personal, and it would change the WWE landscape forever. In the aftermath of Gunther's brutal attack on Jimmy Uso, WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, took swift and decisive action. Within moments of the harrowing incident, Triple H addressed the WWE Universe, announcing that Gunther would be suspended from SmackDown indefinitely. The suspension sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling world, as Gunther had become one of the most dominant and feared competitors on the roster. Known for his ruthless fighting style and imposing presence, Gunther's unrelenting attack on Jimmy Uso crossed a line that WWE could not ignore. Triple H's immediate suspension of Gunther. Triple H's decision to suspend Gunther was as much about restoring order as it was about enforcing WWE's core values of respect, safety, and sportsmanship. In his announcement, Triple H made it clear that excessive violence, no matter the competitor, would not be tolerated in WWE. "We stand by the values of sportsmanship, respect, and safety," Triple H said. "There are consequences when someone crosses the line, and Gunther has crossed that line." This was a monumental shift in WWE's approach to discipline. Gunther, who had built a reputation on being one of the most feared forces in the company, was now being sidelined as a direct result of his actions. This decision sparked intense debate among fans and wrestlers alike. Some praised Triple H for making the right call, arguing that safety and the welfare of the talent should always come first. These fans believed that a wrestling promotion, as much as it thrives on intensity and spectacle, should never descend into senseless violence. Gunther's actions, which left Jimmy Uso motionless in the ring and caused emotional distress to his brother Jay, crossed a line. By suspending him, Triple H sent a message to all WWE superstars that no one is above accountability. On the other hand, many fans were disappointed by the decision. Gunther had been a dominant force on SmackDown, and his absence from the roster created an immediate void. For fans who had enjoyed his brutal and hard-hitting style, this suspension felt like a setback. Some even questioned whether it would weaken WWE's competitive landscape, as Gunther's presence had added a layer of intensity that few other superstars could match. Gunther had been a top-tier competitor, and with his suspension, WWE now faced the challenge of filling the gap left by his departure. In addition to his physical prowess, Gunther brought a unique intensity to WWE storylines. His suspension abruptly halted his rise as one of the company's most dangerous and unpredictable competitors. For those who loved the raw energy Gunther brought to his matches, this felt like a blow to WWE's unpredictability. How would WWE proceed with its current storylines? Would Gunther's absence diminish the level of intensity that fans had come to expect from SmackDown? The Usos' emotional struggle. While the focus of the WWE Universe was on Gunther's suspension, the emotional toll of the attack on the Usos was far from over. Jimmy and Jey Uso had built their legacy as one of the most celebrated tag teams in WWE history. Their bond as brothers, their shared struggles, and their journey together in WWE had made them a fan favorite. But this attack on Jimmy, particularly the psychological toll it had on Jey, was a pivotal moment that would test their unity. For Jimmy Uso, the aftermath of the attack was both a physical and emotional battle. Physically, he was still recovering from the savage beating at the hands of Gunther. The physical recovery from such an intense assault would take time, but the emotional and psychological scars might last much longer. The Usos were known for their resilience, but this attack was unlike anything they had faced before. For Jimmy, the experience was far beyond just another physical confrontation. It was a deep, personal wound that would require not only healing, but time to process the trauma. Jey Uso, on the other hand, found himself at a crossroads. As his brother lay motionless in the ring, Jey was helpless to intervene. The emotional weight of that moment was staggering, and Jey's anger was palpable. For years, the Usos had stood side by side, supporting one another both inside and outside the ring. But watching his brother endure such a vicious attack without being able to help left Jey feeling powerless. This moment marked a turning point in Jey's character, as he now grappled with overwhelming feelings of rage and the need for revenge. The question on the minds of fans was whether Jey would focus on helping Jimmy recover, or if his anger would fuel a singular pursuit of vengeance against Gunther. The emotional complexity of Jey's situation made for compelling storytelling. Would Jey choose to stay by his brother's side, showing loyalty and helping Jimmy get back to full strength? Or would he give in to his anger and channel his frustration into seeking retribution against Gunther for what he had done? For the Usos, this was more than just a matter of physical recovery. It was a test of their brotherhood. The emotional and mental toll of such an attack would weigh heavily on both of them, and it was unclear how the events would shape their future. Would this attack strengthen their bond as they fought to overcome the trauma together? Or would the intensity of the betrayal push them into a new, darker path, one where the pursuit of revenge overshadowed their previous unity? What's next for Gunther, the Usos, and WWE? Gunther's suspension has opened the door to many possibilities, both for him and for the rest of the WWE roster. The first question on everyone's mind is whether Gunther will retaliate in some way. Gunther is not a man who takes kindly to being sidelined, and his absence from SmackDown leaves a hole in the competitive landscape. Will he find a way to break his suspension and return with a vengeance? Or will he take a different approach, perhaps aligning with other superstars to exact revenge on those who have wronged him? The suspension also raises questions about the future of the tag team division. With Gunther sidelined, opportunities for other superstars to rise in the rankings are abundant. Will a new tag team emerge as the next dominant force in WWE? Or will the Usos reclaim their place at the top of the division once Jimmy is cleared to compete? With Gunther temporarily out of the picture, the tag team division is wide open for new rivalries and storylines to take shape. The emotional toll on the Usos, particularly Jay, cannot be underestimated. Jay's next move will be critical in shaping the future of the Usos. Will he choose to focus on his brother's recovery? Or will he allow his anger and need for revenge to drive him? This internal struggle could lead to further conflicts and alter the dynamic of one of WWE's most successful tag teams. As the WWE Universe continues to react to Gunther's suspension, one thing is clear. The landscape of WWE is changing. The era of unchecked brutality may be coming to an end, with Triple H taking a more active role in enforcing discipline and accountability. Gunther's suspension serves as a warning to all competitors. Cross the line, and there will be consequences.